Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am on a mission to make more nails that I can actually wear. So this set actually today is a recreation of one of my older sets that I did in like a long stiletto form. So today's video is a good example of any of my previous work that I've done on long stiletto nails can be recreated on smaller nails, super short ones, super long ones, whatever it is that you wear, you can recreate it and make it work. And wear them. So today's that little example. I was quite digging it actually. I like the purple and everything else that goes with it. And I'm also on a little mission of kind of just expanding overall my press-on nail collection of mine. Over the past couple of years, I've kind of just focused mainly on art, but not really even wearable art. It was only like those stilettos. But yeah, time to switch it up a little bit. I want something new and focus my time on something a little bit different. So you might end up seeing a bit more press-on nail style content and a bit more vloggy style content too. So I hope you guys don't mind. So with today's design, as you can see, we've only got two colours. We've got a light purple and a dark purple. Everything else in the background, as you can see, is light purple, and only one nail is getting that ombre with the dark and the light purple. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Everything else is done using our circle glitter and some stamping. So today's showstopper is a combination of the glitter and the actual stamping itself. So I'm using the circle glitter as kind of like a backdrop to the stamping. We're kind of doing an abstract look. I have all sorts of different colours of these circles. So this mix happens to have purple, white and blue. But I do have other mixes that have, I think, orange, pink and white maybe. And I might have like a greeny one too. So there are other colour combinations out there that you can get. You don't have to stick to this purple one. I just wanted to do the purple because I know a lot of people love purple, me too. So I thought that would be a nice one to kind of, ones that you guys would like to actually see, well, the colour combo anyways, and maybe you want to recreate and stuff. Because sometimes I feel like if I do like a green set, although it might be beautiful, I don't know if anyone would actually want to watch a green set or anything like that. I mean, with any design you can switch up the colour, but I'm not too sure if it'll be something you guys want to click on. So I tried to pick out the cutesy colours. I'm kind of drawn to them myself anyways, so it's not really a problem. So at this stage, I'm using base coat. I've really sped up this process because it took a little while. It wasn't super long, but it was a little bit time consuming. And I'm applying a base coat on each nail, excluding the ombre nail. That ombre nail is going to be our crystal nail. And I'm using the base coat as my glue. So I'm just using an ombre brush and I'm picking up the circles. As you can see, I'm not being very specific with it. When I was filming the original stiletto nail design, I was very particular with my circle placement and everything, but here I decided not to be, just because if it is a set I, for example, was to sell online, or if I was doing on a client or anything like that, you don't want to be spending time messing about with the circles too much, because at this rate you're going to end up spending 10 hours on a set rather than, I don't know, 2 or whatever it should have been. So I wanted to test it out and see if I don't spend too much time really focusing on the colours and where I'm I kind of know where I want to place it, but more of the colours. So before I don't want to place, let's say, the blue next to the purple and so on, but here I didn't mind too much, and I'm really happy with the final results. I literally don't look at it any different to my other ones. It looks great. It doesn't matter if there's two purple circles next to each other or not. This is absolutely fine, and sometimes it's just in my head where I think if I don't focus enough, I might end up making it look worse. But no, it's literally the same, and it's so much better to just do it that way. You're so much more sane. So most of the nails have got the glittery circles at the top and then at the bottom, leaving the center clear. But on the pinky, which we'll get to in a moment, rather than continuing that pattern, I just did two kind of almost straight lines down the center. You'll see that in just a second, but it doesn't really matter too much. You can switch it up however you like. Wherever I've placed the glitter is where I'm going to stamp later on. So I'm placing almost two stampings on each nail, one at the top, one at the bottom, over the actual glitter. So that's why it's kind of a backdrop to the stamping. But it's all up to you. So if you've got like longer nails, you might want to have place the glitter in the middle or something. It will just kind of depend on how wide and long your nail is, how much kind of surface you have to decorate and play about with. The longer, of course, the wider and everything, the more possibilities you have really to be creative and have, a larger canvas to play about with. Now we're on that pinky. This is the one where I'm going to just do a couple, and I'm kind of on this one focusing on the middle to small circles. I did place 1 or 2 of the large ones, but I tried to stay away from those just because it's a pinky and I didn't want too much or too big of those circles there. But once I'm happy, they will all go into the lamp. After they've come out, I will do another layer of base coat. I am placing the glitter quite flat down, so it's not very, you know, bumpy or anything, but just to prevent any little lumps and bumps, I will place 1 more layer of base coat, cure that, then we're ready to stamp and do our thing. I do like to stamp on a smooth surface just because when you stamp and it's a little bit bumpy, you can actually tell once you stamp the image over. You can see that's kind of like a lumpy bumpy, it's not really laying down flat. So little tip there, if you're going to do this or something similar with other glitter, wherever it is, try to make a smooth surface. So this, I think, yes, this is the process of applying that extra base coat, and you can already see how it kind of smooths out the nail once that base coat is applied. It looks so much more smoother. And then that will go into the lamp. Once it comes out, I will take a lint-free wipe and then some nail prep cleaner from Miley, and I'm going to wipe away the nails from the tacky layer. When I apply base coat, it leaves a very unique tacky layer compared to regular gel polish, and whenever I stamp, it leaves this greasy layer on my stamper and I don't like it, so I've wiped that away. But if you are wiping it away, remember you have less time to stamp. You're actually now time bound with the stamping, because it will dry on the stamper and then it won't transfer over. So the beauty of using regular gel polish is that it leaves a tacky layer, so you don't actually have to rush. You can wait for it to dry completely on your stamper and then stamp, and it will still transfer over because that nail has that tacky layer and it will transfer over. But since I've wiped it, I need to be a little bit more faster with it. Of course, I'm recreating the design. I already know where I'm stamping. I knew roughly what images I want to be picking up and placing, so I didn't have to think too much. But if you are in the same position and you're doing a new design, it might be worth pre-planning, or just before you stamp, think through where you're going to place it, so as soon as you pick it up, you go ahead and stamp it and you're all good to go. And also by working fast, I don't mean like super speed. Right now it's super sped up, but just, I don't know how to explain it. I think only once you start stamping, you know what is short and what is long, because, well, you know what is too long because it just won't transfer over anymore. But it's not crazy speeds where you literally have to do it within seconds. So yeah, so I'm just picking up random things off the plate. This plate is from AliExpress. I've had it for a while. It's my all-time favorite, actually. I've been using it for quite a long time. It's kind of like an abstracty vibe. I kind of like to combine everything together. I've definitely had a lot of use out of this plate. I'll make sure to leave as many links in the description as I can, from the tips to the stand to the polishes, everything, whatever I can. I'll try and leave a link in the description, so make sure to check it out. I know I've sometimes been slacking with it, but I'm going to take more time actually spending time in the description area and actually leaving all the links and everything, rather than make you ask me for it and then respond to you guys. So I'm just picking up whatever I like. On the middle nail, as you can see, I actually decided to switch it around, and I've placed a flower in the center rather than just strictly keeping to the sides. Now on the pinky, I quite like these little like flowers with some dots right at the top there. The light is kind of flashing over it, but I quite like the look of that, so I'm going to remove anything I don't want on the stamper that was picked up, and then I'll go ahead and stamp. The stamping polish that I'm using is from Born Pretty, all-time favourite. They're the best stamping polishes I've ever used, and they're super affordable. It's just literally amazing. The stamper is also Born Pretty. The plate is, of course, AliExpress. Anything else? Don't think so. Most of the stuff you probably have seen in the past on my channel. I use it quite often. Right, there goes the last leaf. On this nail, I've done the crystal placement, but I did that off camera because I actually organised my placement on a different table, and I was like, oh no, it's going to take a while to transfer it over, so I just did it elsewhere. It's a very simple crystal placement. You can pause it if you're going to recreate it or want to write it down, take a pic. Very simple. Off camera, I've already placed a base coat, I think, just to help with the crystal placement to like stay on the nail. Now here I'm applying a matte top coat, and I'm being as careful as I can be. Sometimes it happens, it will just go over the crystal. There's nothing really much you can do about it. As long as it's tiny, you're okay. But trying to keep away from it because this is matte, of course, and you don't want it to dim your crystal. The whole point of a crystal is to shine bright like a diamond, and you do not want to, meet it down with your matte top coat. Today's matte top coat is from Venelisa. I've actually been digging it recently. I brought it as a little backup whenever I'm low, and recently I've been low, so I'm waiting on an order from Madame Glam to come through, and I've been pretty pleased with this one. I'm not actually mad about it. I got it on Amazon, I think, so I'll leave a link in the description for you guys as well. Definitely check it out down there. And yeah, so here it is done glossy, and here it is matte, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on my hand in just a second. Let me know what you guys think about them in the description. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!